I've been looking for a house with no walls or no whispers, no hiding places, no secret sister. Been looking for a house that won't shelter a lie, no tear-stained past or reason to cry. I wanna live.
This is Empowering Women Everywhere. I am your host, Nan Gill, and today our guest is Sandra Salguero. She is a board member of Latinos Unidos of the Hudson Valley, and she's here to tell us about some of her programs. Hi, Sandra.
Hi, Nan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for coming. We're very anxious to hear about the work that you're doing. I know you span a wide range of activities in the Hudson Valley, and would you like to tell us a little bit about what you do?
Sure, definitely. Well, first and foremost, again, thank you for having us today. Latinos Unidos has been around since 2011, and what they do is they try to help the organization, the community, with whatever resources that they're looking for. So whether it's help with immigration, whether it's help learning English, with getting ready for citizenship, things like that, that's what they help out with the community. Recently, they've done flu shots for the community.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We just put together a Latinos in Business Expo, where we had workshops for folks looking to start a new business, staying motivated during tough times, which happens to be the most difficult part. We have a lot of businesses, restaurants in the Hudson Valley that are Latino, and they're around, but typically for not more than 2 years. 2 years being the tough part. So what we do is we help them stay motivated. There's workshops that they can go to. There's financing help other than the regular typical banks and things like that. So we give them those resources. We give them a place to turn to when they need the help. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you run expos quite often in the Hudson Valley, and you want to tell us about what you cover in the expo.
Sure. So we do them once a year, and next year it'll be in 2020. It'll be in March, and we cover the workshops. So we had in 2019 8 different workshops that we had, including the secret language of success. So whether or not you're going for a new job in an interview, what language you need to be using, what might be some key words. We had a Spanish seminar about running a successful restaurant, things like that, from people who have been doing it for a long time, are experienced, and and can help out the community and are willing to help out the community. So basically, that's what the organization's all about: is trying to figure out how we can help people.
So you also do training for people when they want to go for employment.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And you do it for the whole community, and you don't have to be.
Yes. You don't have to
Latin
be
Latino. You can join in and learn all these things. And if you're starting a business, you can take your workshops.
Yep, the workshops that were being presented, and that's just the start off. So we did the expo with some workshops that were 45 minutes long, but there's going to be follow-up workshops throughout the year.
Okay.
So and it addresses all kinds of different topics. So whether you're looking to purchase a home, or whether you're looking to get your financial health in order, all that. There's so many different things.
So there's all kinds of workshops.
All kinds of workshops. They're going to be happening throughout 2019 and 2020.
Okay, and on.
And on and on and on. So again, the organization's been around for a really long time, and that's just the professional part of it. They also do flu shots for the community. They help with the ID card battle that's been happening, and again, citizenship, English as a second language, getting ready for the citizenship prep test, things like that. So and then whatever they might need. So yes, again, it's for the entire community, and it's located in the Armory, which does so much for the community as well, the Newburgh Armory.
Right, definitely.
But specifically, a lot of times people don't know where to turn, to get the resources, and they may not speak the language, so they call Latinos Unidos, and then we can direct them in the right place, to the right place, to the right people.
Very good. And what is the number that they would call?
So it's 845-565-4812, I believe is the number.
Yes,
4812. Yeah. And then, or they can go to Latinos Unidos of the Hudson Valley.org.
Okay. Latinos Unidos HV.org.
HV.org, yes, thank you.
Good.
Yes, so they can go to Latinos Unidos HV.org.
Right. So if somebody is looking to go for a job interview, they could give a call and perhaps speak to someone or get some advice on what to say, what not to say.
Correct. Yeah, we can direct them to the right resource that would help them do that. So the other thing that we're going to be doing in the coming years is a mentorship program. So we recently attended a Women Empowering Women workshop where we bumped into a bunch of people that need mentorships. So where do they go for that? We're just starting out in the business. Now what happens? So that's going to be something that's upcoming as well. So we can direct them to the right individual, person that can help them, or the right organization that might be able to help them.
Right. So you actually work with the organizations in the area. So you may not specifically be doing one thing, but you know who to refer to.
Exactly. Yep. So we're serving as a resource.
Right.
Exactly.
So if they have if they're looking to purchase a new home in the area, they can come to you, and you can direct them and help them with their mortgage application, or who to see about a mortgage application.
Exactly, which happens to be me, because that's what I do for a living.
Okay.
But yeah, so we can educate them. We do them both in English and in Spanish, and then yes, we can, if I can help them. There we have at least another 3 or 4 sponsors that are help both Latinos Unidos and Latinos in Business in the area, and I can direct them to any one of those if I'm not able to help them.
Now, I also understand that you do translations.
Yes, absolutely. So any type of paperwork that needs to be translated, whether it be immigration or a tenant landlord application. So issues having to do with landlords as well, we can help with that as well. Housing, we can help with that as well. Absolutely.
Now, also, if there's an organization in the area that wants to reach the Spanish community, you can take their English publication and translate it into Spanish.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then this would be the place to go. So Latinos Unidos would be the place to go if they're looking to reach out to the Latino community. We have we have the resources again with different publications that might be in Spanish, whether it be radio, print, internet, and then we can do the translations for them, so then they can go on and advertise in Spanish if they're looking to reach out to the Latino community.
Right.
Yeah, which there's a lot of buying power out there in the Latino communities. So as of 2025, there's going to be $50 billion worth of Latino spending power out there. So if the corporations haven't already noticed, they need to be attention. There's a whole, there's a whole group of people that are going to have money to spend.
Right. Now, if someone is interested in getting involved with your organization, what kind of volunteers are you looking for?
Well, we're looking for volunteers that can help in the office. Or the entire board is volunteer, so everybody uses their free time. Peter Gonzalez, who's the president,
I spoke to Peter.
Great guy. He has been in the education industry for many, many years, and now he's retired. So he uses his personal time to man the office, take the phone calls, return phone calls, things like that, whatever the community may need, and so do several of the other board members. Everybody does this volunteer work. So if anybody were to be willing to volunteer, they can help in the office. They can help with the different events, like the flu shots and things like that. Always looking for volunteers for those. And with the big events that we do, like the Latino Business Expo. We also have a gala coming up in October, which is a beautiful event. We do.
You have that every year, right?
Every year, yes, and it's to raise money for the organization because again, it's a 501c3. It's a not-for-profit. So we're looking for folks that are would like to sponsor the organization and help us keep on going.
Right.
And then of course the volunteers. Yes, absolutely. Hopefully we're going to be putting together, come September, a Latino Food Fest in honor of Hispanic Hispanic Heritage Month.
I definitely want to go.
I will invite you. I'm looking forward to it. I can't. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. There's so many wonderful restaurants, and we'd just like to be able to feature them.
Right. No, definitely. That sounds like fun. Is it going to be at the Armory?
At the Armory, yes.
Great. That's good.
Absolutely. And that's coincidentally where Latinos Unidos is located, is at the Newburgh Armory, which is 321 South William Street in Newburgh.
Right. Now, if you call and just leave a message, someone will call you back.
Absolutely.
Because it's all manned by volunteers.
Yes.
So if you don't get a call back right away, just call again.
Call again. Visit us on Facebook. Believe it or not, a lot of us do a lot of social media stuff.
Right.
So visit us on the Facebook page. Send us a message. You can call me directly as well if you'd like.
And what number is your number?
You can call me directly at 845-797-3461. And if I can help you, we'll get Peter or one of the other board members to be able to help you.
Okay. Now, I understand that you serve on a lot of other boards in the community.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about
them?
them?
Basically, again, the whole purpose of me being on these different boards is, basically to try to unite the Latino community. Latinos Unidos is a not-for-profit organization, and we try to help with, the things like citizenship and translation and
right.
all that good stuff. And then there's also Latinos in Business Succeeding Together, which helps with the professional side.
Right.
So we help with networking, training, like some of the workshops that I mentioned, things like that. So we collaborated to do them both. So I serve on both of those boards as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I understand that there's members in your organization that serve on Head Start.
Yes, a lot of different non-for-profit organizations. So a lot of our members are either helping with the speaking at different organizations like Head Start, or doing whatever volunteer work they can with those organizations as well. So
right, and the Orange County Human Rights Commission?
Yes, absolutely. There. I'm sorry, I don't have all the names of all the board members and what they serve. But
now, is the gala going to be at the Armory?
No, the gala's at Anthony's Pier 9.
Okay.
And that's what we've held at the last, I'm not sure how many years, but at least the last few years it's been there. Right. And we do a wonderful job there. And, the last 2 years, well, this first year and this year coming up, we're going to be honoring specific members of the community that have contributed, to the success of the community. So
right.
We're looking forward to finding our new honoree.
Cool. Very cool. And you have all this information on your website.
Yes, absolutely.
The upcoming events, all of the services you offer, your phone and your email.
And the hours of operation also, you can find that also on our website.
Right, which is Latinos
Unidos HV.org. Yes.
Okay. Very good. How have you found the community up here in Orange County as far as welcoming you to the community? Have you found that the people have been, responsive to your organization and your needs?
Yeah. I think it's definitely changed. I think me personally, when I first moved up here from the city when I was young, they weren't so responsive, to be honest, to folks that weren't like them. So me as a child growing up in the Hudson Valley was not easy. It was not easy. But
where were you living?
I lived in Walden. And being one of two families that were Latino, and that's it. And the Walden Elementary School was not an easy thing, to deal with. So they weren't used to the diversity, and they really, weren't embracing it at the time. But as I got older, as times changed, as they saw it, more often, by the time I hit middle school and high school, things had changed a little bit, and it was cool to be Latino all of a sudden.
Well, the best music.
Definitely, and food. I mean, the food, really. So things have changed, and I think that's the same with the organizations. They have, I think the community has taken notice of what good things that we are doing.
Right.
And they want to be a part of it, so that's great. We just need them to come out a little bit more often, really show their support.
We all just need to work together.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's key. Yeah, within the community as well, within the Latino community as well, we need to support each other and work together. and not be afraid of a little competition if it's one restaurant versus the other. You know, we're all in it together. There's enough business for us all. We need to work together.
And everyone has to eat.
And everybody has to eat, absolutely. You know, I eat at least 3 times a day. I don't know about you.
At least.
Yeah, at least. So there's definitely opportunity for us all here in the Hudson Valley. It just keeps growing and growing. So it's great that nowadays it's being embraced a little bit more.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
And I can show them by the sponsorships that we had over at the Latino Expo. You know, we had Ulster Savings Bank, M&T Bank, Walden Savings Bank, all who, you know, to the surprise of the community,
Right.
have Spanish-speaking folks that work there and programs that for them. You know, it's insurance agencies, WA Sierra Insurance Agency over in Washingtonville, for example, they have Spanish-speaking folks.
Right.
RUBCO, which is a organization that helps people get into homes and helps them with grants and things like that here in the Hudson Valley.
What do they do?
They help folks with education, home buying education,
Okay.
and grants. You know,
Okay.
for folks in Ulster or Orange County.
Good.
Yeah, so they do that. They were a sponsorship as well, and they have Spanish-speaking people. I can go on and on, you know, with the sponsorships that we receive. So they really are paying attention. They're seeing there's a need for diversity, and they're like, we're here to support. Here's some. So
Good,
yeah,
good.
so just to name a few, there's so many. The restaurants also were sponsors: Jalapeno Charro in New Windsor, Peru Cuisine in Middletown. Crystal Run Health Plans, which was the
Okay.
second year that they've helped us out, and they have Spanish-speaking folks to help people get, you know, insurance, you know,
Right.
things like that. So yeah, just to name a few. If I left everybody out, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, if you left anybody out, let me know. We'll put them back in.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'll give you the full list of
Okay.
our wonderful, wonderful, super supportive sponsors.
Cool. So, in the current political environment, have you noticed any change in the response of the community to the Latino population?
Very good question, because yes, unfortunately we have noticed a difference in the attendance of certain events, and the unwillingness of people to, you know, come out to different, you know, organizations or things like that, because they're afraid, you know, if they're undocumented, that, you know, they might not be here, you know, tomorrow, or, you know, taken away by ICE or something like that. So yeah,
Right.
it has that the current political environment has made a huge difference. You know, they're not, you know, processing working permits and residency applications as quickly as they should be.
Right.
Sometimes not even processing working permits at all. So someone who might have had a path, you know, to stay in the United States, have been here for a long time, you know, want to purchase a home or, you know,
Right.
you know, have a business, now can't because certain working permits, you know, if you're a Salvadorian, for example, they're not renewing your working permit anymore. So in the
my.
current state, so I had a particular client that, you know, was all ready to purchase their home, were saving up their money to, you know, live the dream, the American dream,
Right.
and then said, no, I can't do this anymore because I don't even know if I'm going to be in the country, you know, come next year. So they're shying away from, you know, all of that stuff because they don't know what their future holds for
Right.
them. So yes, absolutely. I think, you know, people have kind of withdrawn a bit, you know, especially our undocumented folks from joining different organizations or coming out to different events because they're afraid of the consequences
Right.
of not being able to stay in the country, which is very sad.
Well, I know that from a real estate point of view, the market has really slowed down in the past couple of months. Have you, is that, I think that's a result of a lot of people, you
Yeah,
know.
I mean, that's part of it. You know, there's a couple of different reasons for that, but, you know, I do know that some of the folks in the Latino community have drawn back on that because they have to make sure that they're going to have jobs and their working permits and their residencies are going to be renewed before they can think about anything like
Right.
that. So they're so preoccupied with that yes, they're not thinking about homes.
Right.
But you know, it's yeah. There's a couple of different reasons for the housing. You know, not enough inventory, things like that. But yeah, as far as the community goes, yes.
And what about the funding for the different projects that your organization?
Well, we look for sponsorships. So, like I said, Latinos Unidos is a non-for-profit 501c3. So all the money that we take in is to help with all the different organizations that are, the different programs that are out there. So
Right.
without the funding of our sponsors, we would not be able to function. So
Right.
we're always looking for people to sponsor, whether it be the gala or for example, the flu shot events, things like that. And if anybody has something that they would like to give back to the community, last weekend at the Newburgh Armory, Colgate was giving out free toothbrushes and toothpaste to everybody that was showing up at the Newburgh Armory under the age of 12. So if any organization like that had something like that, they can feel free to reach out to us, and we can help, get their information or their goods or whatever it may be out to the community as well. But yeah, we're always looking for funding to keep all of these programs going.
So, as an organization or personally, are you working with any organizations that are looking to ease the difficulty that we're having down at the southern border by the wall?
Yeah, definitely. There's a few different organizations out there to help prevent, and there's different events that have been happening all throughout the Hudson Valley to help prevent either from someone leaving, because they're being deported, or to protest against the wall. Absolutely, and you can go to the social media pages to find that. But there are definitely organizations. Unfortunately, we have to rely on our politicians to help us out with that to really make it. And so, we need to reach out to them, let them know what it is that we want as a community.
Right.
But there are different organizations out there who are trying to protest the wall, one, and to help people stay in the United States that
Right.
might be reported, whether it be a fundraiser or legal fees or whatever the case may be, but they're out there.
Okay, so they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, they can get
If
in
they
touch
wanna
with
get
us.
involved
Yeah, check out our
in-
Facebook pages, and we always try to promote all those events that are happening. Whether it's the IDs for everybody. I don't know if you've heard about that, but we're trying to get New York State to approve IDs for all New Yorkers.
Right.
So documented, undocumented, but to have IDs. So that's been happening, and there's always a rally or a meeting, so you can find out more information about that.
Okay. So, have you seen local churches or anything helping with the difficulty with immigration, or what's your response from that?
Yeah, I have seen that the churches have been serving as sanctuaries. I know, for example, over in Austin, they had a particular situation where someone was about to be deported, and there was the church organization that was housing these folks so that wouldn't happen. So
Right.
absolutely, the local churches have been supportive of the current situation with our folks that have status issues.
Right,
So,
yeah.
immigration issues, yes.
It's pretty frightening,
It is.
especially with the separation of families. I just can't
100%.
imagine.
Yeah, no, it's very heartbreaking. People have, built a life here. They, one way or another, they find a way to pay their taxes. They get a TIN number, and they're working and they're paying their taxes, and but they still might not be able to stay. They're trying to raise their families, and they might not be able to stay and get separated from their families, as you said. So it's very disheartening seeing what's going on.
So I think it's important, for everyone to get out and make your voice be known.
100%. And if you're not sure what to do or where to go, give us a call, and we'll direct you to the right place.
And there's help with your organization.
There's help with the organization. So whether it be you're looking to join the organization, other organizations, we also deal with things like women's health, abuse, and things like that. We serve as a resource for pretty much absolutely everything that you may be looking for. So give us a call. We'll help you one way or another.
Okay. Very good. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And we look forward to all your events.
Thank you. Please come out and support. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
I've been looking for a house with no walls or no whispers, no hiding places, no secret sister. Been looking for a house that
Empowering Women Everywhere is a show designed with women in mind and for the men that love them.
I'm your host, Nan Gill.
Our community is comprised of many individuals that are making a difference, joining together to make this world a place that works better for everyone. Please join us to get involved with other like-minded people and learn of their amazing projects. If you are one of those wonderful people giving your time and energy to help others, please call us to schedule a show about you and your projects at 845-294-7500. There is no cost for not-for-profit organizations. You get a free copy of your show and a 30-second commercial spot about your work. Let's all join together to make our community the best that it can be. Visit us at EmpoweringWomenEverywhere.tv. Let us help you to make your voice be known.
Because that's how the exercise progresses into deeper, more meaningful stuff.
Big nose, big nose, big nose, big nose, big nose.
But in my hometown, Gladstone, it's more like a religion practiced by overly passionate fans.
So that's how it breaks down.
I used to hear them call, and I would listen, jotting down what they so desperately need to say.
We want to learn how to really work scene to scene to scene to scene.
Wonders for you, boy. Change your whole life. Make you a man.
She didn't come to the sandbar?
Nope. Just circled around it, shouting things at me. I'd swim toward the boat.
You can't control anything that's back there. That's what Meisner said all the time.
There's nothing living back there.
Your shoes are dirty. My shoes are dirty? Your shoes are dirty. My shoes are dirty? Your shoes are dirty. My shoes aren't dirty. Your shoes are dirty.
How much does that cost you?
Well, look at the way you are. You see the way she is?
Yeah.
Did you anticipate that? No. Did you think that was going to happen?
No. They are grown. Now they're here and then they're gone. The little ones. Laughter gets